Okay. Okay, so now we're recording. Hey
Nice.
everyone, welcome back to An Unlikely Story Bookstore's YouTube channel. I'm Kayla. I'm a bookseller and barista at the bookstore. I'm a little bit all over the place. And
And I'm Colleen. I am a bookseller, and I'm also one of the book buyers for the bookstore.
so today we wanted to sit down and do kind of like a book chat with you guys and just talk about what we're reading, what we're excited about going on in the book world, anything that we're kind of doing to stay busy. Just to give you guys a little bit something different, just a little chat. And I can see my friend Colleen.
Yeah, this is also just a kind of an excuse for us to do what we would do at the bookstore, which is just hang around and yell about books to one another and just yell about our personal lives.
Right.
So thank you for giving us a platform to do that. We are very appreciative.
We've been
And
fried.
we hope that, yes, we hope that you can yell with us, like in the comments and everything. And when we open up, you can open back up the store. You can come in and yell with us. We
Right.
just love yelling about books. It's really our favorite thing.
Yeah.
So it's good.
So, Colleen, what's something you've been reading while you've been home?
Oh my goodness. I have been reading a lot, which I am very thankful for. And two of the books that I've read over the past few weeks and really enjoyed are, so we have a classic, Bridget Jones's Diary. It's a very light background, so you might not be able to see it very well. And this was recommended by one of our old coworkers, Jenna, because it's one of her favorite comfort reads. And I have grown up with the movie with Renee Zellweger, Colin Firth, and everything, and love the movie. The book is just as wonderful and just a little bit more of the world of Bridget Jones, and it was nice to see kind of where that story derived from. But it is essentially about a middle-aged woman who is logging a year of her life in a diary, and she is very much of a spitfire, kind of a hot mess, in a relatable way. A lot of us can be kind of hot messes, and she is essentially documenting her year of transformation. So she has all of these resolutions, and she is going to try to take better care of herself and also try to find love and have a career that she is in love with. And it's just her attempt to do that and it not going the way she wants, and her just kind of venting about it in her diary. So the way it's written is very like an internal monologue, and it's very funny. It's just like a really nice comfort read. So that is one of the books that I have really enjoyed. And then the other one, and this is a little bit more of a kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It's a little bit more emotional. So it's The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. And Kayla, you actually, I was reading this before the store officially shut down.
Before you freak out.
So you were kind of seeing my emotions throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
But it's essentially a retelling of Achilles and his closest companion, Patroclus. The main character is Patroclus, and it's his journey of meeting Achilles and going alongside Achilles on his journey to become basically a god. And I am not somebody who is very familiar with the Greek myths or the classic stories, so this is a really fun read for me. And then I cried my eyes out at the end because it's so beautiful. It's so good. So definitely I loved that one. It was really good. The stories are just so beautiful, and the author Madeline Miller, her writing is stunning. So those were the books that I've read and super enjoyed.
I haven't read either of those, and I haven't seen Bridget Jones' Diary, so
Oh my gosh.
maybe I should add that to my to-do list.
Well, we've talked about this before, and I'm gonna expose you a little bit. Kayla is a little bit younger than I am, and I will try to talk to her about movies that are amazing, and she's never seen them. Like I had to throw Clueless at her because she had never seen Clueless, and you loved it, right?
I never watched it.
You didn't.
I'm so sorry.
Kayla, Kayla.
Uh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
But
I'm
like,
fine.
I'm a very, and this is, I think you can see it like in my staff recs in the store. Like, I am a fairy tale, fantasy, Disney person. Like,
Yep.
so that's what I watch. And like, that was one of the things I wanted to talk about today was Disney just added Onward, its newest movie, to Disney Plus. And I'm also going to back expose Colleen because she's a giant Dungeons and Dragons nerd, but it's okay because so am I. And
Yeah.
it's a mini exposure. It's fine. But she makes dice and sells them at the store, which are wicked cool. And Onward is basically just a movie written by like the truest Dungeons and Dragons nerd, and it was so sweet and so cute, and I cried, and everyone
Yeah.
needs to watch it. But it was beautiful.
It's one that I will be watching. My family and I just finished Tiger King, which I think we need to dedicate a whole video on, so watch out for that one, folks. It's gonna be great. So now that has happened, I definitely need an emotional detox of just that, whatever Tiger King is, and I will hopefully watch it tonight or this weekend, so we'll see.
I want to hear all your thoughts as you're watching.
Yes. So you watched Onward, but what have you been reading?
So the biggest thing that's taken over my life is Kiersten White's newest book coming out in November. So it is the sequel to The Guinevere Deception, which I don't have, but
I have it.
Oh, there it is. There's our beautiful
Almost as if we talked about this before and I came prepared.
But this is the second one, The Camelot Betrayal, which comes out this November, and I have like 60 pages left, and I just don't want it to end, so I'm putting it off so bad. Like, I think Colleen will agree with me when I say The Guinevere Deception was probably one of the best books in YA that came out last year. It just like absorbed me. Like, I could not stop. I read it in less than 24 hours. It was so good. But basically, it's a retelling of the Arthurian legend where Guinevere is not who she says she is. She's not actually the true Guinevere. Merlin has sent her to kind of protect Arthur from this dark magic that's coming back to Camelot. So there's like some awesome love triangles and things. There's so much good magic. And the magic system and the world building are just so good. So if you're really into that, like, this series is for you. So I would definitely recommend picking up The Guinevere Deception before The Camelot Betrayal comes out. Just know that this book will leave you hanging on for so long, and it's not a finished series yet, so you're gonna be sad until the next book comes out.
And we have to talk about how there is a group of us at the bookstore who are such Kiersten White fangirls. There's a squad, and that started out when we first read her book Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein, which is a retelling of Frankenstein. And she's so good at writing kind of dark fantasy, but I don't know, she just does such a good job with retelling. So when Guinevere Deception came out, I think you were the first one to read it, and then everybody else read it within a month or so. It was just, we were all just talking about it, also excited about it. And here's another moment where you have to admit that I am the greatest person in your life, because
100%.
because I found that arc of the Camelot, what is it? Camelot Betrayal. And I was going to hide it for myself and hoard it for myself, because I am a book hoarder, like many of us are in the book selling community, and knew that Kayla was the first one to read it, and that Kayla had also been like a really great coworker to me recently, so I decided to be nice and I let her borrow it. So you better finish those 60 pages soon so we can start the rotation and get it to the other people who also want to read it, Kayla.
Okay, I'm sorry. I will finish it today.
It's okay. It's okay.
I was heartbroken for like a year waiting for this sequel to come out, and now it's finally here, and I'm like, now I'm gonna be heartbroken for another year.
I know.
One. But
so for those of you who haven't read the Guinevere Deception, this is it. The cover's flippin' stunning. Like, it has that gold foil. So definitely check it out. It, I believe, is available to order on our website, and that way you have plenty of time to read it. Oh, you do have it.
I did find it.
Yeah.
It's only like 300 pages. It's a fast one.
It's not bad. Yeah. So definitely check it out. And then you can tell us how much you love it, and then you can grab Camelot Deception Nope. Camelot
Betrayal.
Betrayal.
It's hard because it's the Camelot Rising series. This one's the
Yeah.
Camelot Betrayal. So
Yeah.
hard to keep straight. But keeping in vein with fairy tales, as I said, we recently just did an Instagram live event with Amanda Lovelace and Cyrus Parker. So I've also been reading Amanda Lovelace's newest poetry collection, which is Break Your Glass Slippers. And this is a new series she's doing. So she did kind of like fairy tale stock characters, and now she's actually diving into the like messages in particular fairy tales. So this one's based on Cinderella, and it's really cool because it has like one narrator, and then like the narrator will say something, and then there'll be a response from fairy godmother. So it's a really cool collection, and I've been just loving it. It's such like an empowering book too, and they have these really pretty interpages.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's illustrated, and it's really, really good so far. And in our event, she mentioned that she's working on another one, which is loosely based on Frozen.
Oh man. And then Kayla evaporated.
And like my world just exploded. So I'm super excited for that, and that's coming out in about a year. And then the last thing I finally got my hands on. So last May, about a year ago, we had Jennifer Donnelly at the store for her newest book, Stepsister, which was a, you guessed it, fairy tale retelling of Cinderella.
What?
No, me? Fairy tales? What? Of Cinderella. And it was so good. I read it also in probably about a week, and staff worked it at the store. So basically it focuses on Cinderella's ugliest stepsister who is like trying to just like prove herself as like she's not pretty, but she's smart and she's cool and she's really awesome and she can problem solve and she's great. So now there's a new one coming out, and I don't have a printed copy of it, so I can't show you, but it's called Poisoned, and it is the twisted telling of the Snow White fairy tale.
Cool.
And I really just bothered Leo, our manager, for it yesterday. So I haven't started reading it yet, but right after I finish The Camelot Betrayal, I'm going to be reading Poisoned.
Yeah, I need to delve into the world of Jennifer Donnelly, because I did read her Beauty and the Beast story, Lost in a Book, and that was really good. And I think you and Leo both read Stepsister and loved it. So, and I met her when she came, and she's so nice
too. She has like 4 books of it's not fairy tale based at all. It's just like a book about mermaids, and I feel like we don't do a lot in YA, like just like focusing all on mermaids. So I do have a couple of those, so maybe I'll read those while we're in quarantine also.
There you go. Yeah, we have plenty of things to read.
Yeah.
And we keep on trying to get books that we don't have on hand. It's fine. It's not a
the bookstore will send them to us.
Like, yeah.
We need them. So
good. So aside from reading and watching Onward, what have you been doing to take up your time? You, Kayla Roy, have another YouTube channel.
I do.
Your own.
I have my own YouTube channel that started kind of just being about books, but now is more like lifestyle books, follow me around kind of things. So I've been working on that a lot and filming a lot of videos. And that's been so much fun because being a college student, it's hard to kind of be consistent and have a schedule for that. So now that I'm like at home, literally 24/7, I have like plenty of time to make a schedule and like film videos and edit them. So it's been a great like creative outlet for me. So Roy Reading Co. is my baby, and I'm so excited to be back and working on it full time. And I also learned how to embroider, and that's taken up so much of my time because I'm like mildly obsessed.
Have you poked yourself in the finger yet?
Oh, 100 times.
Yeah.
Like full needle in the finger, and it really hurts. And they did give me a thimble, but I don't really know how to maneuver it super well, so.
No. Do you always think of Peter Pan whenever you hear about a thimble or something like that?
No, I think of Monopoly because that's
Monopoly
pieces in Monopoly.
That's true. I always think of Peter Pan. That's the fairy tale retelling that I'll go to every single time. I love Peter Pan. I have not read the Braswell one. Is it good?
So I started it, and I'm not sure on my thoughts yet.
Okay.
So.
That's okay. Yep.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I still have like 300 pages of it left, so it could.
That's a lot of it left.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Isn't that almost the whole book?
Maybe.
So you just started it. That's, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Here we
I
go.
read like 4 pages. It's fine.
Yeah.
But what about you? What have you been doing besides
Uh,
reading and working all the time?
so I have been, uh, aside from reading, I am still doing web orders for the store. So that's a quick little heads up. That was what I was doing primarily with my job before everything shut down, and that is now the only way that we are taking orders right now is through our website. So you will usually get a message from me or a few other of my coworkers, and then also answering phone calls. So I've been doing that a lot, and just wanted to give a quick shout out to everybody who has been placing web orders. You have been very nice, very supportive, and yeah, instrumental in us being as strong as possible when we do open up again, hopefully sooner rather than later. So just thank you so much. And for those who have been talking to me on the phone and allowing me to just gush about books that I like, thank you so much. So working has been one of the things that I've been doing. I caved and bought Animal Crossing.
Nice.
So I have been having island excursions daily, which has been nice. And planting flowers, catching tarantulas, and making a lot of money off the tarantulas.
Amazing.
Yeah. And I can't think of going on walks when the weather is really nice. Going outside has been really nice. Been enjoying that. Yeah. That's, yeah, it's been a good time. Okay, so other than what we have read, Kayla, what are you planning on reading like this weekend or over the next couple of weeks? Is there anything you're super excited to read?
So I haven't read it in a very long time, but when we had Sarah Dessen last summer, I rebought my favorite book by her and had her sign it, which is Along for the Ride. And I am like not in a romancy kind of mood, but it's been like it's literally right there and it's staring at me. So like since I woke up maybe like Wednesday, I was like I need to read Along for the Ride again. Like I need to relive that story again. So I'm really excited to read that, and then the new Liz Braswell Straight On Till Morning, I think are my two big things for next week.
It's so funny that you mentioned Along for the Ride, because so as you can see, I have one of my bookshelves right behind me, and that has my Sarah Dessen collection. And I was reorganizing it. It's like it's this whole part right here.
Yeah.
I was reorganizing part of it, and the one that I opened up was Along for the Ride. So that's so funny that you said that.
Weird
That
universe
was,
things.
yeah, I did a reread of some of my favorites, which were basically all of them last spring or summer before she came to the store, because she is like one of my favorite authors ever. So and just rereading those books, especially Along for the Ride, was just like, it just made my heart so happy.
I know.
So,
I think that's kind of the happiness that I need while I'm here in my
yeah.
lonely cave. So
Talking about a beach house and being outside and just living our best lives.
yeah, what are you gonna read? What's on your TBR?
So I would like to start the Witcher series by Andrzej. I don't know why decided that I was going to try to say his name. Andrzej Sabdowski, something like that. You probably have heard of the Witcher series. That's on Netflix. I watched that when it first came out. It's good. It's great. So I want to read the series. I heard our coworker Gabrielle read it, or has read the first two of them, and says that they're very fun adventures, also pretty funny with the writing. So I'm excited to read that. And what else? If you are a Naomi Novik fan, she has written books like the Temeraire series and then Spinning Silver and Uprooted. She has a new book coming out in the fall called A Deadly Education, and they just put it up online for booksellers to read. And it's basically, from what I've heard from our publisher rep, a story about a world where humans, once they hit puberty, they're like whatever their scent is very like appealing to monsters. So once they hit puberty, they start becoming hunted by monsters. And so they go to a school essentially Hogwarts, and stay there for so many years to learn how to defend themselves, but also to make alliances with their peers. So I am super excited to read that. Love Naomi Novik. So I
Colleen, I
think
have
those are the ones.
another good book for you. I know you're a
Ooh,
big fan of Ashley Poston, right? She has a new book coming out in the fall, and it's not related
I
to that series, but I forget what it's called.
Among the Beasts and Briars.
I was like, there's beasts, and there are briars.
Yeah.
um, assuming a fairy tale retelling, perhaps.
I have a few bookseller friends in the New England area who have read it and said it's amazing. Love Ashley Poston. I just read her book Bookish and the Beast. That's another one that I really liked, which is contemporary YA, kind of a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, but I love her, so I am also very excited to pick that one up. I just need to get it.
I downloaded the galley.
Nice.
So that's another thing on my TBR because my TBR is never ending.
Yeah, it's fine. We're gonna do fine.
Yes. But the store is sadly still closed.
Yes.
But we are starting virtual events in the next week or so.
Yeah.
So make sure you're signed up for the newsletter and that you keep checking our website because our event calendar is going to be updated with the virtual and online events that we're going to be doing. And we have some cool authors coming that I'm very excited about that I can't wait to see how the events unfold.
Yeah. And if you do not get our email newsletter, I believe you can sign up if you go to anunlikelystory.com and scroll down, and then on the right hand side there should be a little area where you can sign up or put in your email. We do not blow up your inboxes. We send emails probably once a week, once every other week, just with upcoming events, staff recommendations, new releases, and everything. So if you're looking for any of that, definitely check it out. And we would love it if you followed our social media platforms. So I think it's An Unlikely Story everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
That's it.
sure if you look up An Unlikely Story, we will show up. Just look for the little elephant looking out the window.
Yep, that's us.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is really fun, Colleen. I'm glad.
Yeah. This is literally just what we would do if we were working.
We would be standing at the part of the counter in the cafe where you pick up your drinks, just doing this.
Yes. Just talking about how we're gonna fight for a book that we all want to read. I don't think we've instituted a rock paper scissors method yet in order to lend books. I think we're still pretty tame with one another.
We could
But
do it on Zoom though if we needed to.
that would be fun, or like emojis or something.
Yeah.
But that could get into an area of somebody cheating.
Right.
And by somebody, I mean Leo.
Definitely Leo.
I hope we can get Leo on one of these videos because he's our one of our bookstore managers, and he is a children's author, and he is just the sassiest man that I've ever met in my life.
Giant goon. He's a giant.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely have to get him on one of these.
Yeah. We'll see.
But thanks for hanging out with us, guys. So
yeah.
this is something we're hoping to do here on the YouTube more often, just kind of talk about what we're reading, things in the book world, and we'll leave links to our website where you can order all of the books that are available to order on our website down in the description box so you can check out all the things that we're reading and recommending.
Yeah. Other than that, thanks so much. Hope everyone's doing okay. Yeah, please stay safe, wash your hands, read some good books. Let us know what you're reading too, because we love book recommendations and we love adding to our TBR pile.
We can never have enough books, ever.
We'll see. All right.
Okay,
I miss you, Kayla.
I miss you too.